The year is 1511. Across the Straits of Malacca, the wind carries the scent of salt and the whisper of conquest. On the deck of a Portuguese carrack, Afonso de Albuquerque stares toward the rising sun. His eyes burn with faith and ambition. The East is within reach. To Europe, Malacca was legend, a city of gold, silk, and spices. Whoever ruled it ruled the world's trade. The cannons are loaded. The fleet advances through heavy monsoon rain. On the shore, the Sultan of Malacca prepares his men. Spears, shields, and faith face steel and fire. The first cannon roars, smoke swallows the harbor, and the city trembles under the weight of iron. The clash of two worlds begins. The East meets the West in fire. Soldiers fight amid burning temples. Bells melt, statues shatter. 3 days later, the flag of Portugal rises over the citadel. The Lion of Lisbon has claimed the gate to Asia. From the ramparts, Albuquerque looks eastward. Beyond this victory lies a promise.
The conquest of Malacca wasn't just a battle, though. It marked the beginning of a global shift in power. The world's economy started to revolve around the sea.
The fabled islands of spice. There, he is told, grow trees worth more than empires. Cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. The perfume of paradise. But paradise has its guardians. Across the Malacca Sea, two kingdoms, Ternate and Tidor, watch in silence. The sultans know what is coming. Foreigners with crosses, cannons, and contracts. The age of kings will soon change forever. Among Albuquerque's crew sails Francisco Serrão, young, daring, and loyal to his friend Ferdinand Magellan. He believes the world can still be mapped, not conquered. Yet as the smoke clears over Malacca, the age of discovery becomes the age of empire. The ports fall silent. The market stalls once filled with laughter now echo with foreign tongues. But in the chaos, Serrão sets sail east, into uncharted seas. Somewhere amid waves and wind, a letter is written. To my brother Magellan, I have found the Isles of Clove. Those words cross oceans and centuries. They will ignite the world's first war for spice. Months after Malacca's fall, a small ship drifts eastward through storm and silence. At its helm stands Francisco Serrão, searching for a world whispered in legends. Waves crash like mountains. The monsoon tears his sails, the sea devours his men, yet Serrão refuses to turn back. For days they are lost, adrift between heaven and hell. Then, on the horizon, volcanic peaks rise from the mist, a paradise carved from fire and coral. Locals row out in canoes painted red and gold.
Francisco Serrão's arrival in the Spice Islands changed everything. He wasn't conquering Guide, he was connecting two worlds that had never met before.
Serrão steps onto black sand. He has reached the edge of the known world and entered the realm of kings. From the hills descends Sultan Bayan Sirullah of Ternate, robes shimmering with spice dust. The foreigner bows, and history bows with him. Gifts are exchanged, iron for clove, gun for faith. The Sultan sees power in Serrão's fire sticks, and allies are born in smoke. Across the strait, the rival kingdom Tidore watches. Sultan Mansur vows, "If Ternate has the Portuguese, I shall call upon Spain." Serrão writes to Magellan across the oceans, "My friend, the world is round indeed, and its heart beats here." His letters travel by merchant and storm. he teaches the islanders to build fortresses of stone. Cannons guard the harbors. Smoke becomes a new language of power. But not all welcome the foreign flame. Old priests whisper, the firemen will burn the gods. Fear spreads like tide water. Serrão walks the markets of Ternate. Piles of cloves shine like rubies under sun, and he wonders what paradise costs. From Tidore, Spanish sails appear on the horizon. The world's two greatest powers are now one storm away from collision. Serrão watches their banners flutter in dawn light. So Magellan comes, he whispers, but not as a friend, as fate. Between the islands, alliances crack like dry wood. Traders vanish, forts explode, and the perfume of spice turns to smoke. Serrão's health fades under tropical suns. He pens one last letter. Tell them that I saw Eden and found men willing to die for its trees.
The year is 1515. Two sultans rule under the shadow of clove trees, one allied with Portugal, the other with Spain. On the island of Ternate, Sultan Bayan Sarula rises in strength. His fortress gleams with European cannon. Across the narrow channel, Sultan Mansour of Tidore sharpens his resolve. Between them lies the sea, glittering, silent, treacherous. Merchants once traded in peace. Now ships carry muskets hidden beneath sacks of spice.
The alliance between Ternate and Portugal wasn't friendship. It was survival, a calculated gamble
The
between
Clove
fire
War
and faith.
has begun in whispers. Serrão, sick but respected, becomes the bridge between two worlds. Yet every alliance he builds breaks upon the rocks of greed. He warns the Sultan of Ternate, gold fades, but trust does not return once lost. His words vanish like smoke in monsoon winds. Ternate strikes first, their war boats painted red with crushed clove and blood. The islands burn under twin suns of hatred. Cannon fire echoes across lagoons. Villages crumble, markets drown in ash. Paradise is now purgatory. Amid the chaos, Serrão writes one last plea to Magellan. If you find me, you find the heart of the world, but beware its poison. Magellan reads the letter beneath candlelight. He closes his eyes and whispers, then I shall sail east by going west. The destinies of two men now entwine across oceans. As Ternate grows strong, Sultan Bayan Sarula falls ill. His death sparks fury. Crowds storm the fortress, muskets flash, and the foreign banners bleed into the sea. Serrão is caught between loyalty and survival. The people he once taught to fight now turn their blades toward him. He retreats into the jungle, fevered, hunted, lost. In his delirium, he sees Magellan's ship on the horizon, but it is only lightning, brief, distant, unreachable. By the time the storm clears, Serrão is gone, the first European to live and die in the Isles of Spice. And far away, Magellan's fleet begins to move toward the same islands, toward the same fate.
Seville, autumn of 1519. The bells toll over the harbor as 5 ships prepare to chase the edge of the world. At their helm, Ferdinand Magellan. He carries a letter from Francisco Serrão, its ink faded, its scent still of clove and sea salt. The words read, "Here lies the heart of the world." Crowds cheer, banners rise, but Magellan's gaze drifts east to a friend he can never see again.
The ships push into the Atlantic. Storms howl, sailors pray. Weeks turn to months, hunger gnaws, ice grips the hulls, and still he sails, believing paradise waits beyond the horizon. Through fog and snow, the ships break into the vast Pacific, the first humans to cross its endless silence. At night, Magellan looks to the stars. He imagines Serrão's voice carried by wind, but paradise is far, and death rides every wave. Men fall, ships vanish, prayers fade into
Magellan's
the sea.
voyage wasn't a quest for glory, Doug. It was faith and obsession intertwined. His journey became a spiritual crossing more than a geographical one.
Finally, land, the Philippines, 1,000 islands shimmering under the equatorial sun. Magellan kneels upon the sand, planting the cross, unaware it will mark both faith and doom. He sends envoys to convert and to trade, but every promise of peace hides a blade beneath it. In the village of Mactan, warriors rise. They know no empires, only the land and sea that birthed them. As dawn breaks, Magellan stands in the surf. Arrows fly like rain, spears pierce the tide. Only a few survive to sail on. Among them, the scent of clove lingers like a ghost, Serrão's ghost. In Ternate, the people speak of a prophecy. Two men from the same sun, born to meet beyond the sea. One died seeking paradise, the other within it. The circle closes, the dream becomes legend. And across time, the letters of Serrão and Magellan remain.
The year is 1521. Magellan lies dead in the sands of Mactan, yet his dream sails on with the survivors of his fleet. They limp across unknown waters, guided by maps drawn in faith. At last, on the horizon, the Spice Islands, paradise and purgatory woven together in mist. The Spanish survivors anchor at Tidor, welcomed by Sultan Mansur. He calls them brothers and offers clove for guns. Across the strait, the Portuguese banners fly in Ternate. Two empires now face each other across a sea of perfume and fire. The first cannon roars over the Molucca Sea. Clove warehouses erupt in flame. The scent of spice turns to smoke. Villages burn, harbors crumble. The islands that once fed empires now devour them. Spanish musketeers clash with Portuguese pikemen in narrow alleys of Tidor. Brothers by faith, enemies by crown. Sultan Mansur watches his palace fall. The sky glows red, half sunset, half blood. From the ashes of Tidor, the Portuguese prevail, but the victory tastes of salt and sorrow. Among the dead lie crates of clove, soaked in rain, in tears, in empire. In Lisbon, kings toast the conquest. They do not hear the screams carried by the monsoon winds. And in Seville, a single ship returns, the Victoria. One vessel, one circle completed. The crew steps ashore hollow-eyed, their faces carved by sun and death.
The Clove War was never just about spice. It was about who controlled the story of the world and whose map would define it forever.
In dusty archives, the letters of Magellan and Serrão rest side by side. Two voices whisper across time. We reached the same horizon. The Spice Islands fade from maps and memory, but their scent remains, haunting every port. The clove that once crowned empires now lies forgotten in soil. Yet from its roots, the modern world would grow. From Lisbon to Manila, Seville to Ternate, the age of discovery had ended, and the age of empire began.